Preface. The idea for this audiobook came about through my experience teaching mindfulness courses. It became clear to me that while many of us enjoyed and valued the courses, perhaps the majority of us never really established enough of a mindfulness habit to keep it going for long after the course finished. I was curious and concerned about this. Why was it not happening? Speaking to others who teach similar courses, and several who teach mindfulness teachers, it seemed my observation was by no means unique. Yes, it was true, lots of good things came out of the courses, but keeping the meditation going was tough, and, despite really wanting to continue, many people didn't. Thinking about how I'd started meditating a little over 40 years ago, then stopped for quite a long time before taking it up again, I realized that there had been a huge discrepancy between my ideas about meditation, its enormous value, and how hard it could be to do. Could other people experience the same gap between what they imagine meditation is about and their actual experience of it? This is what prompted the interviews that are found throughout this audiobook. The first two, with someone I call here a struggling meditator, and someone who taught meditation in a psychotherapy training school, were tentative and exploratory. What did they feel got in the way of practicing meditation? Interestingly, both came to largely the same conclusion, based upon their own experience, and in the teacher's case, that of people he taught. What they said was that there is something about meditation that can be deeply unsettling, perhaps threatening in some way, and that even if we are not consciously aware of this, we sense it and are wary. This view coincided with my own, and as the interviews continued, it became clear that one way or another, everyone agreed. There is an element of meditating that is somehow alarming to our sense of who we are. So, yes, it could help us relax. Yes, it was great for catching thoughts that made us feel depressed and anxious, and yes, it supported our immune system and gave us choices. But, at a certain point, if we kept on doing it, it brought us into a more honest and intimate relationship with ourselves, and this was not always a relationship we were sure we wanted. So we stopped. I came away from the interviews with an enormous feeling of gratitude and respect. While on the surface the meditators found it difficult to maintain their practices, beneath this, on a personal level, their struggles were full of insight, bravery, and humor. Even though practicing meditation day after day, week after week, sometimes put them in touch with emotions they would rather not have, they met these with a wonderful honesty, and it made them into people who had far fewer illusions about themselves. Where I have got to now is not the last word. 16 struggling meditators are interviewed here, all of whom appear with names that they have chosen for themselves. A further 31, also with fictional names, and some who are composites, provide the many examples found throughout the audiobook. To this are added the insights of 10 meditation teachers, who, between them, represent a broad cross-section of disciplines and traditions. Mindfulness-based stress reduction, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, Theravada Buddhism, 3 varieties of Tibetan Buddhism, Zen, and finally Advaita Vedanta, a contemplative non-dual tradition with its roots in Hinduism. Traditionally, their own meditation has been something that meditation practitioners were not meant to speak about. Thankfully, this taboo now seems to be fading away, and as we talk to each other about our practices, what we discover is that we are not alone in our struggles on our meditation journey, and that what each of us has experienced is, when communicated, of great value to others. However challenging things have been on our meditation seat or cushion, once shared, they become a generous gift. I hope that as you listen to this audiobook and compare it with your own experience, you will embellish, correct, and contradict, taking up its enquiry and making it your own.